watching Democracy News Live. We are at the epic summit that started from the 1st of October and will be on till the 6th of October. Hundreds of deaf people have gathered from all over the country, and right now we have Dr. Alan Chandani with us, who had signed the petition for the recognition of Indian Sign Language. And if that happens, it is going to be India's 23rd official language. Thank you, Dr. Chandani, for being with us. So my first question to you is, before we get into the summit, I want you to explain the audience a little bit about the deaf culture.
Okay, deaf culture. It's similar to any other culture in the world. Deaf culture actually represents the identity of deaf. It helps us to be aware about our identity, our confidence, and the equality which we have in the majority society.
Can you just explain about the summit? Why is it happening and why have so many people gathered at the summit?
Sure. Now, the fact of the matter is there are only 250 interpreters in the country. For a population of deaf people, 250 interpreters is not enough at all. India already has started inclusive education in the schools around the country. So I say, yes, brilliant idea, but how would you achieve this? When there's an assignment, where there's some type of a requirement, interpreters are assigned, but how do we expand this organization? How more and more interpreters can come in through the frame? And how can there be more specialization? So this type of specialization is not happening. At the same time, ethics, the first step for interpreters, when they start their job, they must realize and understand that every profession, and their profession specifically, has ethics. Now, all over the country, all these interpreters, do they understand what ethics are? Were they introduced in this discussion? So this is actually for the first time that we have the deaf leaders, deaf educators, deaf instructors, ISL trainers all over the country who have been invited for first 3 days to clarify what should be the role of a sign language interpreter. Then come the interpreters from around the country, and we have an inclusive summit where the deaf and the hearing come together and they make a new set of guidelines, a new ethics. We want something standardized for everyone to follow so that we are clear, we know as soon as an interpreter is there on the job, there's clear understanding and better efficient relationship building. That is the goal of the summit here.
If we talk about the ethics and codes, so what are the ethics and codes that a non-deaf person should keep in mind while interacting with a deaf person?
What we have come up with is called 5 C's. The first is culture. How should an interpreter come into the deaf community and the culture? How should he communicate? How should he build his relationship? How should he respect the deaf community? Second is conduct, the behavior. How's the interpreter? Who is a ready interpreter? The third C is commitment. Now, an interpreter must be committed to his job as soon as the job starts. If starts at 10, means 10. If there's some type of discrepancies, the interpreter is accountable. Then we have confidentiality. Interpreter's job, you understand the fact that he is receiving so much information about a deaf person, about his personal life. For an example, if a deaf person is going to a hospital and the doctor says that you have some type of ear, nose or some problem, now the interpreter knows the personal details. He has all the information. As soon as the job finishes, he goes outside and talks to his people. No, he cannot. He has to keep that information private and confidential. And the last C, it's called competence. Skill. The skill to express, the skill to understand. When you're listening to any lecture, the spoken language message, then you have to keep on interpreting. That's how you become. So all these 5 C's, the importance of these 5 C's, you have to learn the interpreters, practice these C's, and the deaf people also have to understand the importance of these ethics, and there has to be mutual collaboration and respect between the interpreters and the deaf people.
Let's look at hearing people for a moment. If we talk about deaf people, they are well versed in their own language. What do you think? Has the government tried to ignore 2.66 crore? That's why they are well versed in the language.
have to understand Nepal, Sri Lanka, they have already recognized this language, their natural sign language. So where is the time for India? This is the time, and we agree that Indian Sign Language has to be recognized as an official language of the country. Well, I just want to inform each and every one that we need your support. The deaf community, the Indian deaf community needs the support. The promotion of Indian Sign Language is really important for our community. We want the non-deaf community to involve in our world, in our culture, in our community, learn our beautiful language. Plus, you have to understand, you will be able to understand the challenge. You can support us, when we hold hands, we are equal to you. You support us and we will be able to do what we are meant to do.
Haji. I'm a sign language interpreter in India for the past 15 years. So I've seen the interpreting community grow literally from those 3 interpreters to today 250. Today, under this banner of Send to Grow and the efforts of Dr. Alim Chandani, we got together the deaf community, deaf leaders who will be making a difference to the community at large. And also the Indian Sign Language deaf teachers, instructors. We all got together the past couple of days. We've been discussing what ethics is all about, why is it important, who's responsible ethics. The session that we had today was an eye-opener. I didn't know that code of ethics is also something that an association should have for themselves. I only thought it has to be for interpreters individually who follow a code of ethics. So great learning, great collaboration. I think we should just, now that the ball has started rolling, I think we should just keep going.
Like for me, it's the beginning time that I joined this kind of program, and I really thank to my teachers that he brought us here, and then this sentence Jaro, this team in charge, Dr. Alim, and they're giving us such a nice chance to involve in this program and then grow our knowledge. So this is my first time and I am having a nice experience here.